Alright guys, I got a box. Very exciting. So one of the things that I kind of wanted when I started making the YouTube videos and I thought would take a lot longer is for companies to send me stuff so that I can stop buying all of this with my own money. And I thought it would take a while, and I think I had 2 videos out, and some nice person from Elecrow reached out to me and said, hey, you want to see some stuff? And I was like, yeah, stuff would be dope. So they sent me a box. It's been here for a minute, but I haven't had a chance to actually rip it open and take a look at everything they sent. But we're going to do that today. So they sent me a couple things. They saw the Mesh-tastic Mesh Core stuff, so they sent me this. This is a ThinkNode M1. And this is pretty cool because this is a Mesh-tastic or a Mesh Core radio that is either, or can either be Mesh-tastic or Mesh Core. They have firmwares available for both. But it's cool because it is a e-ink and it uses an NRF chip, so it's way power efficient. So super cool. Obviously it comes pre-flashed with Mesh-tastic. We're gonna have to fix that, but really cool little radio. So we're gonna go over this first. Take a look at all the stuff we get in the box. Ugh. So obviously you get the radio, your little transceiver here. It's a really nice injection molded case. Pretty sweet. Type C, obviously. And in a minute here, we'll open her up and see what we got for guts. But yeah, e-ink display. It'll be my first node with e-ink. I'm pretty stoked on that. The only thing that I did discover, and I'm not super stoked on, is that it is a RP SMA, which is reverse polarity. So the issue with that is that if you look, the pin is not in the antenna. The pin is in the radio. So like all of my other fancy antennas that I already own will not fit. As you can see, the pin's in there. Can't put pin to pin. That don't work. So you do have to use the antenna that's included. I also accidentally bought some fancier antennas that have RPSMA. Like, just I bought some off DigiKey for testing and didn't realize they were RPSMA before I got it. But the nice part, though, honestly, is, and I will probably keep this on here, is that it's a pretty solid, tiny little package. So they do give you O-rings for stuff with the antenna. So I'm assuming this first guy fits in this little gap right here. As far as I know, there's no like IP rating or anything for this. There's no other, like, nothing else is sealed. But this kind of goes there and then gives you a little bit of a seal on there, I guess. I don't know. It's pretty cool. There, we'll do the peel. Peel. Oh, so good. I haven't turned this on yet. It does have some cool features. It has GPS built into it, and then the GPS has a physical on-off switch, so you can turn the GPS on and off with without having to go through software. But let's turn it on, see what it does. Ooh, lights. Ooh, it beeped. Hey, check that out. That is pretty sick. Are the buttons do anything? No, not yet. Oh, they do stuff. Ooh, cool. Oh, nice. Ad hoc position. So this is still using 2.6 firmware for Mesh-tastic, so it doesn't have any of the fancy UI stuff on there. If you flash any of the new Mesh-tastic stuff, you will get the fancy user interface. So that's pretty sick. So there's that guy that comes in there. You get a nice USB Type-C to Type-A cable, and then you get a cute little keychain. This is actually pretty sick. I like this keychain. Oh, right there, little hoopy. So yeah, and I think, yeah, so let's put that is for adjusting the backlight strength, our little nubbin there. So that's pretty cool. You can turn it all the way down. Ooh. So that's pretty sick. Let's see what we got inside. Boop, boop, boop. It does have some threaded inserts. I'm not sure what size that is. We'll give that a shot here in a minute. But first, let's just try and tear her apart. See what's inside. Ugh. All right, 1 screw, 2 screw. Well, that one wasn't as tight. Or wasn't it? Is it not there? No, it's there. Is it just too deep? Oh, it is! Oh, no. Whoa, wait. Why'd that one work then? What kind of witchcraft is this? Is it just already apart and I'm just making my life harder? What's going on here? Ghosts? Wizards? How did I get... Alright, it's spinning, but nothing's happening. I think this one might be stripped out, because I feel resistance, but nothing's actually happening. So we'll probably have to loosen this guy up. Well, that wasn't as hard as I thought. And then it should pop open. Yeah, it does. I'll try not to break it. Hard part with that screw that's not wanting to come out all the way. If we put a little tension on her, you know? Put a little tension on her. Ooh, there we go. Now it's doing something. Definitely stripped out though. Okay. Nice. Ooh, checked out. All right, so there's our little GPS antenna. Looks like we have a 1200 milliamp hour battery. There is a lot of room in there though. I wonder if I could fit a larger battery in. Probably could. Wouldn't be much of a problem. What else we got under here? It's glued in there pretty good. Goop. Oh, okay, cool. So it looks like it also has a real-time clock in there because it has a little button cell installed. So that's pretty sick. And it looks like it is a physical connection to turn off the GPS. And looking inside, you can definitely see there is for sure no ingress protection. So I don't know. Maybe the O-ring is just to kind of keep the antenna on nicely. Can we pull the board out? We can. Ooh. Let's see if we can do all this without breaking anything. Is it glued in? Oh, feels wanting to stick. Oh, and there's a reset pin. Oh, that's cool. Hey! All right. So we got her all the way apart. So it does have a buzzer too. So if you flash it with Meshtastic, the buzzer will do stuff. Mesh Core, the buzzer does stuff too, but mostly it's just bees annoying. I almost always just turn it off. So it's pretty cool. It looks like it does have an auxiliary spot. We may be able to wire in like I don't know, like a temp sensor or something like that. Temp module, but it has something right there. I don't know. I'm not claiming to be a genius or anything about any of this stuff. So, like I said, everything that I say on this channel needs to be taken with several grains of heavy-duty salt. So let's see if we can get this all put back together. Oop, oop, oop. Oop, let me get the switch. Ooh, did we do it? Nice! Look at that. We didn't break anything. I think. Buttons work. Switch works. Sick. Alright, let's throw this puppy back together. But yeah, it looks cool. It's a nice, like, really compact package. Ooh, there was an extra click. Alright, but now we're all good in there. Everything looks pretty good. I mean, aside from... Yeah, you can see somebody over-tightened this and pulled the threads clean out of her wah. So we now have 3 of the 4 mounting points. Good. That's okay. That's pretty good. 75%. That's a C, I think. I'm, again, not good at math or grades or anything. Oh man, I got the battery in the way. Just trying to move stuff. See if we can get her in there. Oh yeah, buddy. Heck yeah. Alright, cool. Alright, so that's in there, I guess. The other thing that bummed me out, when I first got it, one of the first things I did was look for, or when they first told me this is the one they were sending me, I went through and I looked for like a teardown video so I could see what the guts look like, and I was a little bummed because, as you can see, you would have to do some soldering to change this connector out for a standard SMA. I was really hoping it was just going to be an IPEX connector in the side, like one of these little babies, so you could just swap it out, but 'twas not the case. Alright, so let's put this thing back on. Try and line it up nicely. That is off. And we'll put our antenna back on. So yeah, pretty cool. Pretty excited about this. This is going to be awesome. I'm pretty stoked to fool around with it. I've done a lot of, I have a lot of other random kind of everyday carry nodes for Mesh Core and Meshtastic and stuff like this. So my plan now is to, now that this has come, I was kind of waiting on it to go through and do a whole kind of like roundup of all of the Meshtastic and Mesh Core like everyday carry nodes and kind of give you my thoughts and opinions on them. And then so we'll do that. Once I get this will get a little bit more of like its own video when I get to playing with it a little bit, but I wanted to make sure I got the unboxing done too. So this was actually the first thing that they told me that they would send me, and I was like, that's really cool, but I have no idea what to do with it. And they're like, oh, okay, and what else would you like? And I was like, well, I see you guys make Meshtastic stuff, like maybe send me that, because I know how to use that and can do things. This though is pretty sick. This is their Elecrow's CrowPanel Advanced 10. So this is a 10-inch IPS display that is run by an ESP32. So it's got a microcontroller in there that does all of the brain thinking, and really smart people, not me, can make it do a bunch of stuff. So I got the panel. I got this. This is hooks up to the Grove connector, so you can pin out if you have anything, GPS modules or whatever. You can plug it in there. Comes with some speakers, another USB cord. The speakers are cool. All of this, if you were, again, a smart guy, you could probably fab up a really nice 3D printed case. Anybody in the Meshtastic, Mesh Core community, I'm sure, has, you know, heard of or had a case that's done by Alley Cat. I'm really hoping that she eventually gets one of these so that she can make a print for it, because she has one for the 7 or the 5, one of the two. And it looks so cool. It's like a open source tablet, basically. So let's get this puppy open. They sent me some RX or some modules too to go with it. So I'll show you guys that once we get that. Once we take a look at the main event. Wow. All right, check this thing out. Big old 10-inch display. Has a ton of stuff you can do with it. It has, look at all these, look at all the I/O. Like, there's so much I/O on here. And this is running the ESP32 P4 Advanced, which I guess is like the fastest kind of one right now. Has lots of buttons on it. Has a built-in Wi-Fi. It has a AI-enabled camera. I don't know what that means. They sent it to me, so I have the camera. It looks like it just plugs in right here, and then they say that you can use it for like machine learning stuff. There's a whole bunch of info on their website. I'll put the link in there for this specific panel. My plan initially is to just use this as like a home base kind of mesh core node, because as of yet, mesh core doesn't have a very good way of doing it over IP, like over the network. So I know they have firmware for some of the CrowPanel advanced like panels. So I'm fingers crossed. We're gonna try and flash it with one of those first and just see if it works. If it does, great, and we'll just have a really big one. If it doesn't, I'll start doing some more research and figure out what the heck I can do with this. But there's a bunch of different modules you can get for it, and I actually don't know what a lot of these do. They have like a regular ESP32 module, and this one gets you a separate like Wi-Fi that you can use for something. They have an NRF chip that is for also something. It's an NRF 2401. Somebody probably knows what that is. I don't. They have a Wi-Fi Halo chip or Halo. I don't know. Halo chip, I think. These are pretty cool. I haven't really dug into this at all. I might have to now that I have this, because this does some cool like almost like LoRa-ish, like different frequency, wide area network stuff. So that's pretty cool. And then the main event is this guy. They call it the Meshtastic module, but it is our it's our mesh core, or Meshtastic. It is our little chip that gives us LoRa. So this is the one that's going to get plugged in here. And the cool thing is these are all just plug and play. So you just plop the module in there, and boom, off to the races. So you plug that in, you get an antenna hooked up onto that, and boom, now you got some sweet, giant Meshtastic or giant mesh core. So having Meshtastic or mesh core on a big panel like this is pretty sick. I feel like it's going to be underutilized for sure, but there is some firmwares in the work. Like I know Andy he's doing some stuff with like a full mesh core OS, and I'm really curious to see that if we can get that ported over to work with a panel like this, because I mean this is really cool. Like this is huge, and you can do tons of stuff with it. So if that doesn't flesh out, or if I can't figure that out, they do have a lot of other cool programs that you can run on here, or firmwares that you can run that can do some pretty sick stuff. So I will deep dive into this later and kind of figure out what the heck I can do with it. But for now, just wanted to get the quick unboxing video, show you guys all the cool stuff that Elecrow sent me. I'm super stoked to try out the CrowPanel Advanced 10, and then I really am excited to try this out as like a nice everyday carry. Right now I'm using a, what do you call it? Just a T114 in a 3D printed case for my mesh core node, and then Meshtastic I have a low mesh Pocket M. It's the one that just mag safes to the back of the old iPhone. So we're gonna flash this over to mesh core, and we're gonna kind of get a little deeper with this one. I'll be that a different video, but yeah. So this is the cool stuff I got. Thanks Elecrow, appreciate it.